I got 2 boxes back from CGC. Stick around to see what's in them. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rob. This is RH Midwest Comics, and I've got 2 CGC deliveries to open up today. You gotta bear with me. The entire household is getting over the flu bug here, and it was pretty rough. So I'm gonna try and power through this, get these open, show you what I got. So 2 different submissions. There are 8 books in each. One of them is a vintage tier and the other one is high value. So those are some of the new designations at CGC. Vintage goes up to a $400 value and the high value tier goes up to $1,000 value. Now, one of the high value tier books, I got a tier adjustment. So that could be good news. I think it means that one of the books was higher than I thought it was, and I think I know which book it could be. Nonetheless, I have not looked at the grades on these, and I don't even remember every single book that was in both of them. So we're going to go and open these up, and I'll open up the first box, and I want to start with the vintage tier since it's the lower value, but I don't know which is which. So I'm going to open one of them. And then if that's not the right one, I'll go to the other one. And these were shipped in, so I shipped them together, right? All 16 books. And they were received at CGC maybe about 3 weeks ago. And already got them back. So that's a good thing. All right, this is the high value tier, so we're going to wait on that one. So yeah, CGC definitely has been moving quicker on submissions, and again, very happy about that. They've got their stuff in order for sure. Okay, here we go. Again, I have not looked at the grades, but I do have my cheat sheet here because I always write down what I think the grades are. So I'm going to tell you what grade I thought it would be, and then I'll show you what I got. So, and by the way, so the first one, Green Lantern #1. So when I do my estimates on my little sheet here, I'm always, I would say, not always, but I'm definitely conservative more often than I am aggressive. And what I mean by that is I probably undergrade more than I overgrade, which is usually a good thing. So I'm pretty much every box that I open shows that, right? Where either I'm spot on with the grade, or if I'm off, usually the grade ends up being a little bit higher, but sometimes slightly lower. We'll see if this holds true with these submissions. So Green Lantern #1, not necessarily a big key issue, right? This is just his first ongoing series in the Silver Age. So I had this at a low grade at a 1.5, and it came back at 2.5. So very nice. Not a super expensive book by any means, but still a really nice Silver Age book that a lot of Green Lantern fans like. All right, here's a key. Amazing Spider-Man #20, first appearance of the Scorpion. I think I've got a few ASM keys in here from the Silver Age. So this one, ASM 20, I thought would be a 2.0, and I got a 3.5. Okay, so that, this is where when you underestimate too much, it could affect what value you put to it, meaning if you make a decision not to grade something because you're estimating the grade to be too low, you're kind of missing out on an opportunity. All right, so I got to figure out why I graded that one so low. All right, showcase #17, first appearance of Adam Strange. I also had this at a 2.0, and I got a 3.0. So we're doing really, really well. Some of these books are spoken for with one of my clients that I do some pressing, cleaning and pressing. And then many of the other books are mine, and they're going to be available either at my eBay store or at my next Instagram live sale, which is coming up in, I think, a week or two. We're getting really close here. All right, next book. Another Silver Age, Green Lantern number 7. First appearance of Sinestro. Nice nice Silver Age key for Green Lantern fans out there. I had this at a 3.0 and I got a 4.0. So there you go. Another higher grade. All right. Here we go. To the Golden Age, an EC book, Shock Suspense Stories number 16. There's a guy being tied up in a chair there and getting beaten up for whatever reason. Shock Suspense Stories. Where is this one here? I'm struggling to find it. Ah, there it is. Shock Suspense Stories number 16. I had this at a 6.0 and I got a 5.5. All right, so not quite what I wanted. This was one of 2 EC books I bought from Motor City Comic Con. And I think I probably showed this in a video I did for Motor City many months ago. And I bought these from a pretty reputable dealer. And I was a little disappointed where the dealer had, very reputable dealer. They had much higher grades on the 2 EC books than what I thought. I bought them anyway, so I can't argue about the grades. But it was a little disappointing. All right. Okay. This next book. Okay, this is a huge disappointment here. Not because of the grade, because I haven't looked at it yet. So we've got a purple label. Okay, so this is the other book that I got from that same dealer. And yes, he guaranteed no restoration. And, well, we'll just show, well, what did I guess on the grade? Tales from the Crypt 38. I thought 4.0, and it came back a 3.5. And I think the dealer had it as a 5.5, and it got a 3.5. And this other Shock Suspense, he had it at a 7.5, and it came in at a 5.5. Again, not as upset about the grades, because I could look at them myself and decide that, you know, it's whatever grade it is, I'm willing to pay X amount of dollars, but the restoration bothers me a lot. So it says restoration includes small amount of color touch and glue on the spine. So I'm usually really good at spotting restoration. Not glue so much as I am color touch. And I always look at them under the light, under the black light, multiple different angles. So I'm curious as to what they found here, but I am disappointed. So I'm going to contact the dealer. I'm not going to name who they are because I'm not trying to throw anyone under the bus, right? Everybody makes mistakes. But I will contact them and see if they're willing to work with me on that, whether they want to buy it back or whatever. But that's a big disappointment. And I've bought from this guy many times in the past. So purple's never fun. All right. Nice little Silver Age key. Sergeant Fury number 13 with Captain America on the cover. I had this one at a 6.5, and it got exactly a 6.5. All right. Happy with that. Hard to find that one in higher grade. Another smaller key, Journey to Mystery 114, first appearance of the Absorbing Man. And I've always liked this cover. 5.0. My guess was a 5.0, and I got a 5.5, so a little bit higher. I had a 9.4 years ago, and I ended up selling to someone, thinking that I would use some of that money to upgrade to a 9.6. I haven't seen a 9. I haven't even seen a 9.4 white pager come to market since I sold that book, let alone a 9.6. So, all right. Anyway, that is it for the first batch. This is the vintage tier. All right, 8 books, and now we've got 8 more books from the high value tier. All right, and we're gonna quickly remove everything from the racks here and get into the next batch. All right, The rack is cleared. I'm getting into the next box. Again, I have not looked at these grades, so we don't need any more purple labels. That is for sure, right? And high value, there's definitely, I remember some other Golden Age books in here, and there's always a risk for Golden Age, no matter how hard you look at things. Okay, let's go. First book. Again, covering up the grades. Another ASM key, Amazing Spider-Man number 9, first appearance of Electro. I had this at a 3.0, and it got a 4.5. All right. So either CGC is grading a little bit easier, or I'm just being way too conservative on my grading. So I got to look at that again and maybe adjust how I'm assessing books. All right. Still, better to be undergrade than overgrade, but not by that much. All right, ASM 15, first appearance of Craven. So a lot of nice ASM keys in here. I had a 4.0, and I got a 4.0. So spot on. All right. Nice Silver Age books here. Okay, here we go. Catman comics from the Golden Age. So I've got 3 Catman books in here, and if you look at the notes here, it says Best Wishes, L.B. Cole, written on page 1 in pen. So I put a sticky note on this book before I sent it in, and because I saw the L.B. Cole writing on there, assuming it's L.B. Cole who actually wrote it. And I asked them to please grade this as universal, because sometimes, I know they're a little bit more lenient on Golden Age books, but sometimes they will see writing on either the cover or the inside page, and they'll give you a green label because the signature has not been verified. Because this, I didn't know how they would treat this one, so I just asked them to grade it as universal, and sometimes what they'll do is they'll give you the blue label, but a lower grade, as opposed to a green label and a higher grade. I don't know if it would have been the case here. Regardless, I put the note on there. They put the comments on the label there, which is pretty cool. And assuming that was L.B. Cole that wrote that, that is really, really neat. So Catman Comics, hard to come by. This is definitely a lower grade. What did I have? A 2.0, and I got a 2.5. Still nice. Hard to find these books in general, let alone in high grade Catman Comics. Okay, here's the second one, Catman Comics number 30. This one looks to be a little bit higher grade, and I gave it a 2.5, and I got a 2.5. So I think this one looks nicer than issue 27, but they got the same grade. And both of them are cream to off-white pages as well. Okay, and the third Catman book, issue number 31. Let's see, I had this one at a 3.0, so I thought this one might have been the best out of the 3. Yes, and it got a 3.5. So, happy with those. Of course, we would always want higher grades for books, but again, Catman Comics, hard to come by. All right, and some modern coming up here. I'm remembering now what was submitted. So, first appearance of Spider-Gwen, Edge of Spider-Verse number 2. So, I'm starting to remember there are 3 modern books, nice modern books in this, and I think these are the last 3 that I worked very hard on the spines to try and get these. I thought they had a chance at 9.8s. On my list here, specifically on this book, and I think all of them, I put down a 9.6, again, because I never want to get myself too excited. But I worked very hard. There were spine ticks, quite a few, but none of them were color breaking. So, let's see if it worked. 9.8. Yes, it did. Very excited for that. That was, again, right? I thought there was a chance, but I didn't want to write it down because, again, trying to avoid disappointment. Here's the second one. Again, same thing. I worked hard on the spine. Nothing was color breaking. And I've been trying new techniques to get out spine ticks that aren't color breaking, and it seems to be working really, really well. So this is the first appearance of Laura Kinney as X23. Where is it on here? Again, I wrote it down as a 9.6, but I knew in my head, bam, that there was a chance of a 9.8, and there it is. All right. Very, very happy. And the last book. Great way to end, at least with the book. Batman Adventures number 12. Same thing as the other two. Worked very hard on this. Spent a lot of time, a couple different presses, and tacking iron after tacking iron after tacking iron attempts to get out those non-color breaking spine ticks. So, first Harley Quinn. I had it down as a 9.6 with a chance of a 9.8. And survey says, bam, 9.8. All right, great way to end the video. And this last book is the one that I am pretty sure got bumped up to the next tier. So I got to go and check and see what that's linked to, because again, I never look at the grades before they're delivered. So anyway, great way to end it. Glad we didn't get any more purple labels. This one, huge disappointment. I will keep you guys updated. Again, no need to, I'm not attempting to throw any dealers or vendors under the bus. Again, mistakes happen, but serious overgrading and then not stating restoration is a huge disappointment. But I'm very happy with all the other books. It was a fun box opening. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you liked it. Let me know if you have any thoughts. And until next time, have a great day.